All right. All right, we're live. So today I'm actually working on my iPad. I figured I would, it's interesting because I thought you could only get on TikTok with one device at a time, but it looks like I'm on my phone right here. Yeah, well, I guess that's good. I didn't know that, so I'm learning something new again today. And I am on my iPad. So we will go there and work from here and see what happens. But I wanted to go ahead and finish the lesson about chakras and frequency vibrations. I meant to do some earlier lessons, but I had some issues this past weekend, so I couldn't really get on live. But I'm back to give you more because I wanted to finish this topic because it's really important. This is all going to lead to something that I think is going to be very helpful for you. If you missed my first live of the first lesson, the second lesson, I've already uploaded it to my YouTube, so you can go to my link in my bio. It should send you directly to my YouTube, and there's 2 videos about self-love 101, which is where we're starting with talking about frequencies, and I got into chakras. Also, the first video, you'll have to go watch it. I think it's about 32 minutes long. The second one is about an hour. This particular live, I'm going to try and do 20 minutes because it takes so freaking long to upload a video and to download it as well. So, and also to keep people's attention span is people don't really want to watch an hour video. So I can give you value and be a little bit more precise in just a small video. So I'm going to cover something that we talked about on this second video. And when I'm done with this topic, I will answer any questions that you may have. So for you that are coming in, even if I don't respond to you, a lot of times I take off my glasses to see the fine print, but I acknowledge that you're here, and I'm glad that you're here. And I really want to help you women and men kind of work on yourselves and find out where you start to self-love. A lot of people talk about self-love, but a lot of people don't know where to begin. And a lot of people say, well, you got to meditate. But then a lot of people say, I can't meditate. I don't know how to do it. Where do I start? So I'm here to give you a lot of those answers to your questions. But we're going to start with the basics. And we talked about in the first live that I had, in the first video that you'll see on YouTube, about how it all begins. That everything comes back to you, that you're the center of your universe, and that your family and your friends and your work acquaintances, the people that you go to church with, the people that you interact with directly, like if you're working at a coffee house, or you're working at a grocery store, or you're working at a healthcare facility, those people are a part of your world reality, and that everything that comes from you, your own frequency and your vibration, is going to affect those that are outside of you, right? And that you, in order to work on yourself, looking outside of yourself is not where you need to be looking. The path to healing is not out there. It's in here, right? And we do that through meditation. But I'm going to share with you some mantras and some affirmations and some information that has helped me to be able to uncover who Felicia is, so that I can better align my own chakras and my own spirit, my own mindset with what I want in this lifetime, right? So let's go ahead and let's get through these chakras. The other video, the writing was all over the place. I'm not great with my writing, so I went ahead and I wrote before the video so that we can already have this down. But I'm going to recap for those who were not in the first live. We're going to start with the first root chakra, right? And I even put outside of here, on the side, if you can see here, these are the years by which these chakras develop in your lifetime. So like, your brain isn't fully developed until your age about 25, right? And there are just certain psychological, emotional states that we go through that don't fully develop until we're older and up until a certain age. So the same with the chakras. These are energy centers, right? And they have lifetimes by which they develop within a person as well. So the root chakra, and I wrote here, if your chakras are open, if they're aligned, then this is what it looks like, right? And this is what the chakras control. So I'm going to go through that as well. And these are the ages by which they developed, okay? So follow me. If you want to, go ahead and take a screenshot and you can actually, bring that picture a little bit bigger on your cell phone or your iPad or your computer. But go ahead and take a screenshot here. Okay. All right. So, and you can always, if you missed it, you can always pause the video when you watch it later. But basically, the root chakra is your foundation. Okay. When it's open, you're feeling confident. You right here. You're feeling grounded and you're feeling open, right? You ever run into people that they're not confident? They're very anxious people. They lack confidence. They don't know how to get it. Well, at their base of their spine, at the root, the energy center, something is off balance, right? So their money, maybe their financial independence, their survival instincts, or maybe they don't take care of somebody else is taking care of them. They don't have the freedom to choose and to do what they will with their lives, right? Maybe they're underneath somebody else's thumb. So that's your root chakra, and that develops between the ages of 1 and 7. It signifies or it identifies with the color red. Your second chakra is going to be your sacral chakra. That's your creativity chakra, your sexual energy chakra, and it controls your abundance, your well-being, and your pleasure. And it develops between the ages of 8 and 14, right? And that color is orange. Your solar plexus, which is right above the navel, about 2 inches above the navel, is and also your sacral is below the navel, right? So you're going up here. These are your energy centers. So your solar plexus, which is about 2 inches above your navel, is your it develops between the ages of 15 and 21. Those are some very interesting years, right? 15 and 21. So this is, when it's open, this is about your self-worth, your self-confidence, and your self-esteem. So you can imagine our children in junior high and high school, their self-worth. They don't know anything about that, right? This energy center is developing between, in high school years and early college years. Self-worth, self-confidence, self-esteem. Solar plexus is a fire element energy. So, and if this is when it's open, they have, good self-worth, self-esteem. We don't know very many young people like that, right? Because it is developing in these very early stages here between 15 and 21. And what that looks like, again, 3, solar plexus, again, self-worth, it controls that, right? So if somebody is lacking that, then it's blocked. It's not aligned. There's some kind of obstruction, if you will. All right, we're going to talk about all of this. So we're talking about when it's open, what it looks like. I'm going to give you, not today, but because I don't want to give too much, because it makes the video go long, but I do want to give you mantras and affirmations for this. And we're going to we'll take this and go into mindset, our conscious and subconscious, and the coming up videos, and we'll go into meditation, and I'll explain to you when, the best time to meditate, what you should have with you, and all that stuff. This is going to be really good, because so if you're here and you are looking for love, right, in all the wrong places, but you're looking for love, you're looking for financial abundance, all these things that are very essential to our lives, health, wealth, finances, self-development, then this, aligning your chakras, is going to help you be able to manifest that into your life. So this is why, and I'm just explaining the energy centers because these are very important. One time I had sciatica in my life, and I couldn't even walk. I was crawling around in my apartment with my poor cat. She'd walk around with me, and I didn't even know at the time what sciatica was, but I had knocked something in my lower back out of place, right? Because I was driving long distance. At the time I was a professional photographer, and I was driving long distance, and I would sit on my foot while driving. And I would drive anywhere from 5 to 12 hours. I drive from Tennessee to Miami, or Tennessee to Sandusky, Ohio. I drive out to Texas. Is there Arcana, Texas, or something like that? But I drive long distance, but I would sit I had my right foot under my butt, and I would be sitting, driving. And unbeknownst to me, my chiropractor had asked me, he said, do you sit on your foot or something? And I said, yeah. And basically, I knocked my lower vertebrae or something out of whack. And so all my nerve endings, the ones down there in that whatever you want to call it, were spiking in the wrong direction. And I tell you, nerve pain is the worst feeling to me there is. I've never had a baby, but I hear nerve pain is the worst feeling that, or the experience that you can have. And to me, when your chakras are out of alignment, I imagine that this is a psychic type of nerve pain. It's a very toxic way to be. You're probably experiencing Great Depression, anxiety, fear, anger, hatred, stuff like that. You see it every day in the news, right? Every day out here in the world. These people's chakras are not aligned, and they are operating from a very low vibrational frequency. So that was the solar plexus. Between the ages of 21 and 28 is when the heart chakra begins to develop. That color identifies with the green. And if you rearrange the heart, it means earth. You can get earth out of that. That says a lot too to me. But so you can experience compassion and empathy when your heart chakra is in alignment, right? That's what it looks like. It controls that particular center. So people that are not heart centered, that have hardened their hearts, closed their hearts, their heart chakra is being blocked. It's not flowing. There's no flow through the body. Because it doesn't flow if you shut it down, right? Or if you muted that particular energy center. So that doesn't hurt someone else necessarily. That hurts you. Think about that. What comes out of here is going to contaminate your inner being, or maybe your inner being is already contaminated, and then what comes out is a reflection of that. So we want to get in the right space so that we can have the right life that we want, right? We can have the life that we envision. We can have the mate that we envision. We have the love of our life. We can have the experience of life that we envision. And maybe it has nothing to do with money. Maybe you just want to be alive and breathe and enjoy this experience of life and do your regular day-to-day job. And there's nothing wrong with that. But you want to be at peace, and maybe you're finding it hard to be at peace, right? So yeah, this my friend will assist you there. So let's go here to the fifth chakra, which is developed between the ages of 29 and 35. And that's your throat chakra, which you can imagine is right here. So this, when it's open, your throat chakra gives voice to your heart chakra. That makes sense, right? It gives voice to your heart chakra, the center of your being, the center of Earth. What is that? Omaha, Nebraska, the heart of America. Man, there's just so many symbolic things that just go in my mind, when talking about this and spirituality. But it controls the ability to communicate personal power. So it controls the ability to communicate personal power. You can express your feelings openly and truly, right? That's what the throat chakra is. So, if you're someone who can't really express how you feel, you stumble on words, you don't know how to say what you're going to say, or you're afraid to say what you're going to say because you've been put down. Maybe somebody, mate or something, has belittled you, made you feel like you're inadequate or invisible or crazy, because when you express yourself, they demean you, and they're not open to listening to your experiences, and they deny you your experiences, or they gaslight you your experiences, and then maybe over time you've learned to just shut down. You just shut down. So that's shutting down your throat and your heart chakra, and that will knock you out of alignment, which is why a lot of people in very abusive relationships, toxic relationships, become toxic themselves, because they unfortunately allow their mate or their partner to diminish them, to bring them down to a low level of vibration, and as a result, their own body becomes diseased, if you will, diseased, not in peace, because they have actually stopped the flow within themselves, the energy flow within themselves. So the next, and again, if you're making a comment, thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you being here. I'm going to get through the lesson, and I'm going to answer any questions that you may have. I just can't really see the comments very well with my glasses on, and also I get very sidetracked. But if you're here, thank you. Please like this live, comment below, show me some appreciation, because I really I love this stuff, and I think that if you're into spirituality, if you're into self-development, if you're into finding the answers below the surface, of what we see on the outside and know that there's something bigger to this picture, then you're in the right place. All right, so let's go to the next chakra, which is your sixth chakra, which develops between the ages of 36 and 42. And that's your third eye, which can be, some people call it the brow chakra. It's centered right in here, right here. So your brow chakra, and when it's open, you receive information beyond the physical. When your third eye is open, you receive information beyond the physical. And I know this. I didn't just start on my spiritual journey, guys, women, last year or 2 years ago. I started, if you watch my first video, my first live that I have posted on my YouTube, I started, what am I? I'm 55 years old. I started 30 years ago. 30 years ago down this path. I didn't even know what I was doing, but I turned within. I got books. I got a journal. Man, I dove right on in, everything. So that was when my spiritual path, or my spiritual the journey beyond the physical started. So when it talks about in the crown chakra, in the third eye chakra, that you receive information beyond the physical, I personally know this to be true. I cannot tell you the information that I receive that's coming from the cosmos, coming from God, guardian angels, higher beings, and I get a lot of information that helps me maneuver through this life. And I feel like, we're all on this path. We're walking, we're going down this path, and we're encountering different people. We're encountering different life experiences. And if we don't have the tools, the mental, emotional, spiritual tools to help us get through this experience, then we're going to have a really hard time. Because out here in the world, there are a lot of people who are not interested in healing. They're not interested in getting better. They're not interested in overcoming the trauma that they've encountered. And mind you, 90% of all of us have endured one form of trauma or another. So there are people out there they're not looking in that direction. They're looking out there trying to see who they can hurt, who they can bleed on, who they can make feel like they feel. They're not out trying to cause peace, trying to, elevate people. They're out trying to bring people down to their level because they're in pain. They're living in low vibrational energy where fear and hate dominates. And if you're out there walking the path throughout your life, just going along on your great old day because you're a decent person, but you have no idea of the bigger picture because your third eye is not open, then you, my friend, will be taken advantage of by a narcissist, by people that see you as a soon-to-be victim, if you will. So there are people out there that are not for your good. They're not for anybody's good. And you want to have these tools, these spiritual tools to help guide you, to help shine the light on your path, because you're going to need it, because this is low vibration. A lot of this, in this 3D world reality, a lot of low vibrational energy people who are inhabiting our world reality, and their appetite is for destruction and chaos and mayhem. And it's not maybe what yours is, which is for peace, love, understanding, just giving everybody a chance to live and to breathe in their own reality and not to have to put anybody else down, for us to all be here and to find some peace with this life form, right? So the seventh chakra is the crown, which is right above the head, my friend. So this is divine consciousness. This is to me where this is truly being born again, being awakened. So remember, there's a discussion right now that talks about being woke and how you don't want to be woke. Oh my God, that is just so ridiculous. I mean, if you really listen to the rhetoric behind that, who doesn't want to be awake, right? Who doesn't want to be aware of what's going on in your own life? I mean, you want to be aware of what's going on in your children's life, right? You want to be aware of what's going on in politics if it affects you, right? You want to be woke. You want to be to know that we're all just really essentially trying to get along here. Not everybody, but the majority of us are just decent people just trying to get along, trying to live this life that we have, and we're trying to do it the best way that we can. So we want to be aware of our situation. We want to be aware of this path that we're walking down. We don't want to be asleep, as somebody might want to tell you to be, because they have other intentions for you. So being awakened is having your third eye, your crown chakra, flowing freely. you don't want to close down that. You don't want to mute that from your psychic energy, from your energetic body, because it will not serve you well. This is a part of who you are. Your physical being, or you call it meat suit, whatever you have it, that will cease to exist when you pass over, when you cross over, but your energy will continue on. The real thing is the energy that is within us. Let me tell you something, and I don't want to get too much on a tangent, but I'm in healthcare, right? I had a patient last year pass on me, and I knew she was passing. You never know when, but she was already on hospice, and she was passing. I knew it, but I had gone in. She was still alive. I had gone in to check on her. And I was just, whenever I have a patient that's passing on me, I just take my moment and I, telepathically communicate with them, because I believe that they can understand that type of language. They can hear me because they're in another dimension, if you will, and in this physical world reality as well, because they're going back and forth. And I believe that they're having conversations with their spirit guides, God, Jesus, what have you, because I've listened to other people who have crossed over and come back, right? But also, let me just explain this real quick here. So this woman is passing. She's got her mouth open, and she's doing her labored breathing. And I'm down, just kind of just looking at her, just just touching her chest, having my moment with her. And I'm looking at her, and as I'm looking at her, kid, something, this mist. It looks like, lint from the dryer, or like smoke, maybe, if somebody's smoking. It was coming up out of her mouth. She had her mouth open, and I saw this string of, I don't know, just like a string of white stuff, like a flow coming up at her. And I thought, okay, maybe I'm tired, because it was almost 5 o'clock in the morning. And I looked behind me because there was a light on. And when I looked behind me, her daughter distracted me by asking me does mom know that I'm here, And I started having a small conversation with her. But about, about maybe 20 minutes later, my nurse came to me and told me that she had passed. And it started to dawn on me that morning that I was watching, I truly believe this, the life force leave that woman's body. And I was right there as she was exiting this world. And I don't know why I was able to see that. Maybe I was, so mellow. I was just in a really relaxed space, and I was connected to her in that moment, and, but I saw what I saw, and, that was amazing to me. It meant everything to me, because I know that we're not just our physical bodies, that we are spirit, that we're energy, and that is what truly is alive within us. So so divine consciousness, the crown chakra, between the ages of 43 and 49, mind you, I'm past 49. I don't know, maybe that's, and I do a lot of meditation. Maybe, I do meditate a lot. I spend a lot of time by myself. I spend a lot of time in thought, and which is very key, right? We're going to talk about that. So the crown chakra controls your inner and outer beauty, and your spiritual connection. So those things, to me, are the most important things on my path. It is not about sex. It is not about just survival. Everyone wants to survive. We talk about Abraham's laws of the hierarchy, laws of I can't think of the word right now, but it's Abraham Maslow. I know you probably know what I'm talking about, and it'll come to me after this video. But where so many people are focused on just the survival and just food and water and shelter, and then you have the upper laws of manifestation, if you will, or awarenesses, which are the spiritual laws. So those, to me, I believe, can transcend even the lower ones, if you will, because those are more real than the basic ones are. So this, my friend, I don't know how long I've been on here, but I didn't want to go over 20 minutes. But this here, these are open chakras. These down here control all this intuition, imagination, wisdom would be what controls the third eye. Intuition, imagination, and wisdom. Think about that. All this stuff is in alignment. It is here to help us as spirit beings when we work on it. But we have to go within because that's where the real world is. Now, in the next live, I want to talk about, and I already have it written down, but I don't want to go too long on this. I want to talk about what it looks like when you have a closed chakra at the root level, the sacral, and so forth. And I also want to give you a mantra or an affirmation to use to help you try to open these chakras. So we'll go there, and once we go through that, you can write that down and keep that with you, because then we're going to talk about how to we're going to talk about real world reality stuff like our mind, our thoughts. You know, we have to go within, and we have to clean out. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you for thank you for sending me all that stuff. I don't know what all that means, but I'm going to figure it out. But thank you very much. We have to go within our own mental brain, if you will, our mindset, and we have to start decluttering, if you will, the junk that lives in our own mind, ideas, opinions, beliefs that we've adopted from other people outside of ourselves that don't serve us well. And that could be from the church, it could be from family, it could be from friends, it could be from society, media, politics, our partners, all that stuff. We're people, and we are connected to other people. And a lot of times none of us know it all, and we're all learning. We're all trying to learn the best that we can, but oftentimes people will take an idea or an opinion or somebody else's belief system and adopt it as their own, or believe what is taught to them through our society and through our social structure and system, and believe that that's the way they should be, when in fact it couldn't be anything further from the truth, right? So we have to start to clear out that data, clear out that messy junk, that software that doesn't no longer serve us, that we got from early on as a baby up until we are now. It's going to take a minute. It's not going to be next week, but we have to get rid of the rhetoric, get rid of the shit in our minds that doesn't serve our highest good, doesn't serve our spirit being, our higher self. And that's a lot. There's a lot of untruths, a lot of misinformation, a lot of things said about you as a woman, or you as a man, you as a person of color, or you as maybe the way you look, maybe your abilities or disabilities, maybe the way you talk, walk, whatever. There's always something or some kind of system or narrative being pushed about people that are not in the social graces, if you will. So that, started my own inner journey, because I was, looking at myself the way the messages of the world was sending my way and other people. I was like, hey, this is not me. That is not, the picture that you're painting about me as a black woman. That is not me. That is not even close to being who I am. But before I could get to accepting and loving Felicia, I had to go through that dark night of the soul of believing that I was all those things, and fighting against that, and then accepting, okay, this is the world that I live in, and these people don't know me, this system doesn't truly know me, and that I can release that, and I can accept myself for who I am, and find the treasures that reside within me, which is, I have found to be God. I'm not religious, but I will say, let me just read this real quick. I just, this wasn't planned, but I wanted one of my favorite verses in the Bible. John 14:20. It says, at that day you will know that I am in my Father, and you in me, and I in you. Let me repeat that. At that day you will know that I am in my Father, and you in me, and I in you. So divine consciousness, my friend, is that day. It's that day. It's the second coming. That is the second coming, when you know through your crown chakra that Jesus, God, resides within you. That we're all a part, we're all one. And we're a part of God, we're part of Jesus. Jesus is part of all of that, resides within us. And when you awaken to that, your life changes. Love enters not only your heart, but it takes over. It truly takes over. And what you thought was important before is not so much important. And you just have a different direction that you want to go. You have a different, a different perspective on life. And it changes everything. And you talk about the peace that passes all understanding. That's it. That's it. That's how you get there. But you have to do the work. You got to go within. And I'm going to be your guide here. And I hope that you'll follow. And I'll share with you everything that I know how, that I practice in my own life, so that you can get out of whatever predicament that you're in, whatever kind of toxicity that you put your body in, and or whatever kind of relationship that you're in that is not serving your highest good. So I want to thank you. I'm going to look at the comments real quick. And if anybody has anything they want me to see, please comment below and I'll try and answer that. Please say hi, Aaliyah. Hi, Aaliyah. I am nearsighted, so I can't see far away, but I don't have that little bifocal thing in my lens. So my lens can see far away, but so when it's close up, I have to take them off so I can see what the freak I'm reading, right? I just didn't want that. I just didn't get the bifocal thing. So yeah, I'm not blind, but yeah. So hi, Aaliyah. I've got some invite people. I don't invite people when I'm doing my lessons on my live. If I do an informal live and I know maybe who you are and we're having a discussion, I'll be more than happy to invite you. But I'm not new to TikTok. I've seen, and there are people out there who are hurting, and they want nothing else but to cause hurt to other people. So they'll get on people's lives and they'll try to mess up the flow, the vibe. And so I'm not gonna invite you if I don't know you, if you're not my friend on TikTok, if we not had, you're not had some kind of conversation in my feed here that I can see, because I'm just not gonna do that, because I don't want to waste my time and my energy, and I don't want to waste other people's time and energy with somebody who's sitting at home behind a computer under a fake username, just trying to cause havoc. Y'all are everywhere. I know that. So, and you have nothing better to do than to try to hurt other people because you're hurting. But we're not going to do that here. So, at any rate, I'm going to go ahead, and if I don't have any other questions, let's see here. Hi to Jiff. What is your question? Smoked? Jay, are you still here? Burger King wants me to place an order today. I don't eat at Burger King. I don't really do fast food. If I do, if I happen to do it, like at work or something, I might do Taco Bell. Yeah. There's another place I like. What is that? I don't want to say their name. Yeah. I don't want to give them any kind of advertisement, but just say they have good chicken. Yeah, I try to cook and then take my food to work, and then I don't really, if I go out, I'm going to a coffee house, to have coffee or something, or to read or write, or to get on the computer, but I'm not going out to eat. Now, if I go out to eat dinner, I might choose a place that is not fast food, but I love Mexican food. That's one of my favorite foods to eat, Mexican. I can eat Mexican all day long. Yeah, so I don't see any more comments. I'm going to get off because I want to go watch another live, and also because I want to download this and have these short lives so that I can get through it and have more people visit. Thank you for coming in. Also, the next live, so make sure you follow the next one. We're going to talk about this, about closed chakras. And let me give you an example. The root chakra, if it's closed, you feel unstable, like not being unstable ground. The root chakra is the element of earth. You wouldn't feel very confident. You may not know why, but that would be a signal to you that your root chakra is not aligned, okay, or it's been blocked or something like that. It's not flowing freely, okay? So the mantra or affirmation, if you will, for that I'm going to go ahead and tell you this one, but this is what we're going to go over in the next live. It says, I am grounded. and confident. Money flows to me wherever I go. I am grounded and confident. Money flows to me wherever I go. So that would be something that maybe you would repeat when you wake up in the morning, right? You know, not when you're struggling out there at the bank, teller. You know, you could say that there, but you know, it's probably not going to come out of the teller machine just because you're saying it. But you want to be in a state of meditative state, if you will. And a lot of times before you go to sleep or when you wake up in the morning, you're at this, your brain wave is at like a theta brain state. And so you're more, the subconscious is more it's more subjected to your information that you're putting in there. So the subconscious, it doesn't really say, hey, this is good or bad. It just takes whatever goes in there, which is a good thing, but it also can be a bad thing in the sense that, you know, when you're younger and you're growing up and then you're watching all of these people in your family, all this stuff is being put into your subconscious because you're a young person and you're being molded, if you will, because you're in a very hypnotic state of being mentally. It just lives. It goes to the subconscious. It's just stuff in, and you're not, you're not at a conscious place to where you're able to deny anything that comes in, But as you grow older and get older in life, you start operating from 90% of your subconscious memory. A lot of people don't know this, and so and then they wonder why they continue to attract certain mates over and over and over and over again, or have certain lifestyles or certain patterns continue to repeat themselves. Thank you. Because we're operating from 90% of our subconscious. So it will behoove you, it will benefit you to try to be more conscious, to be more aware, right? Because that's where the growth comes from. That's where the healing comes from. And after the next live, after we talk about these mantras, and after I share with you what it looks like to have underlying energy blockages, we're going to talk about the conscious and subconscious memory. And I mentioned that in the first video. This is where we get into the software part of our creation. So we know that we're creative beings. The Chakra 2 tells us that, right? The sacral chakra. So we're going to go about creating our lives. We're going to go about manifesting our lives the way we want it. We have to work on ourselves. We have to change a lot of this stuff that we embraced as truth in the 3D world reality, because we can see it, touch it, taste it, smell it. There's so much more to this life. So we've got to clean out we got to get rid of the untruths, and we got to put truth in there. And that's what we're going to do when we get to that section of the live. So make sure you follow. Thank you all for joining. Whoever joined, I'm going to save, once I save the video, I'm going to post this whole video to my YouTube channel. So make sure you follow me, subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's a new channel I just started. I will also be going live on YouTube soon. So I may not do the same videos on YouTube as I do on TikTok, but make sure you follow me to get more information like this. And again, I will post a clip of this live onto my TikTok feed so that if you come across it, please like it, share it. I appreciate it. It'll help me reach more people. I am so grateful for you all, even if it's only 2 or 3 of you who came in here. Thank you. I hope that some of this has been valuable for you. And just remember, go out into the world and try to be the best person that you know how. And remember, you can be even better than that tomorrow. We just have to focus our attention inward on healing the unhealed spaces within our energy centers, and so that our heart will heal. And when our heart heals and it connects with our higher mind, man, it's all on. It's all on. So I want to thank everyone, and I am gonna get off of here. I am on my iPad, which I've not exited a live on the iPad. Let me see where. Oh, okay. I think I see it. Okay. So I had almost 300 views on this, so that was pretty cool. But I'm going to go ahead and exit, and I will talk to you, my friends, on the next live. I think I do work tomorrow. I might try to get one in before I go to work. But I'll talk to you all. Make sure you follow again if you want to hear more of this content. And if you want to, see where it takes you. And if you're seriously interested in self-love, knowing who you are, wanting to take that journey no matter what. Because once you love self, love God, which is within you, then that's where peace comes in. That's where happiness and joy. And that is not based on external things. And you'll realize that you can be happy no matter your circumstances. That happiness is a choice. See, you'll get all this stuff and I'm telling you, your world will open up. It'll never be the same. All right, I'll talk to you all, my friends, on the next live. And I'm going to exit out of here. And I hope you have a beautiful night, the rest of the night, which is Tuesday night.